Oh, not again.
Goodbye paradise. We're leaving Livigno. And we're heading to the romantic road in Germany. Wanna come? Oh, and it's snowing, but heavier snow is forecast for later and tomorrow, so we've got to risk it and go today.
So join us on this cinematic journey.
So we're leaving Italy, going into Switzerland, driving through Austria, and staying in Germany tonight.
Leaving Livigno was supposed to be the easy bit. After 8 brilliant days in what we can only describe our little beat above paradise, all we had planned was one last scenic drive through the mountains to Füssen, the start of Germany's famous romantic road. No drama, no stress, no chaos. Just us, the motorhome, and one final beautiful drive through the Alps. But before the snow even started, Swiss border police had other ideas.
With a little present from the campsite owner, and one last cheeky Italian smile, and that familiar feeling you get when you really don't want a trip to end, it was time to say goodbye to Livigno. And honestly, after the effort it took us to get here in the first place, we genuinely thought the difficult bit was behind us. This was meant to be an easy drive to the romantic road. No thrills, no drama, but of course, this is us, and we don't really do simple.
Before long, we reached the first of what would eventually be 5 border crossings on this journey. This one was the easy one, leaving Italy. No one on duty, no questions, no interest. To be fair, I don't think they cared much. After all, we were leaving.
But heading through the Montmartre tunnel, we both knew exactly what was waiting at the other end. Swiss customs. And if you've ever crossed from Livigno into Switzerland, you'll know these people don't mess about.
With Nikki sweating like a snowman in a sauna, mainly because she'd failed in her duty to drink one of the extra bottles of wine we still had on board, we were just hoping for the classic Swiss welcome. A little nod, a little wink, and a wave on through.
So we're through the tunnel. It's a bit more sunny on this side. Didn't appear to be anybody at customs.
Which is always, it's like, because Livigno is so cheap, it's always so annoying because you sit there and think you could have got a shitload of stuff in your van. Yeah, I could have had 20 bottles of Jack Daniels at 15 quid a go, or 15 £15 a go.
Yeah.
Or I could have had 100 litres of vodka at £6 a litre.
But we didn't, we were good.
We were good. We just got the Jack Daniels additional.
We more or less followed the rules.
More or less.
But we have been stopped going out of Switzerland as well. So we'll see what happens when we get to the other end. We ploughed on through Switzerland and some very tight little towns, but all I could think about was all that cheap booze I'd left behind in Livigno, for fear of being caught with it at customs in Switzerland and being fined.
Relieved and feeling slightly smug, we carried on through some of the most ridiculous scenery you'll ever drive through in a motorhome. But we both knew one thing. There was still another checkpoint to come. And if there's one thing we've learned over the years, just because you've got away with it once doesn't mean you're home free.
Someone to cut me loose. I didn't recognize those sad-eyed eyes. All along I was you.
Oh no, not again.
Well, that's it. You're going to prison now.
You're the driver, you're responsible. I bet Livigno phoned ahead and told them to check us.
Hello.
Hello.
Quick control, can you park on the left, please?
Yeah, sure, yeah. Is this Austria?
Swiss. This is legal Switzerland. Wait.
can you please stop the engine?
Sure, yeah.
Muss er noch Führer fahren? Ist er drauf bei dir? What? Can I see the car papers?
Of course.
And your passports or ID cards?
Yep.
Where are you going to?
Despite having dealt with the most high pressure situations in my job for many, many years, as per normal, I just fell apart. I couldn't even say where I was going. I just ummed and ahed and nodded politely.
Thankfully, I hadn't drank too much, so I was still capable of speech.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay. Have a nice day.
You
Thank
too.
you.
I opened the street.
Okay.
Phones down there, yeah.
Having now been officially weighed again and having my documentation scrutinised like an alien at Area 51, it was time to get back on the road. And if we thought that was the end of our problems on this journey, we were about to wake up.
We headed into Austria and up along the Fern Pass, where the weather started to take a turn for the worse, but the Muppet had clearly spoken too soon.
Personally, I don't think Fern Pass is one of the more difficult passes that I've driven. We've driven a lot tougher. Oh, snowplows out.
Oh!
The weather was now starting to play a major part in this journey, and it was just going to get worse.
I wish I knew 20 years ago was so before I went blue. I've been waiting for someone to cut me loose.
I swear the snowflakes were the size of dinner plates, and now it's starting to freeze.
But what Muppet doesn't love a really, really good challenge? Motorhoming is an adventure. I'm actually having to put reactor lights on because the visibility is just so bad. This isn't like clickbait trash. This is just what happens sometimes. You just need to be prepared for it, don't you?
Yeah. Believe it or not, we are actually following a lorry, if you can see it.
It's a good thing to do. You get the opportunity. And my windscreen's getting smaller and smaller.
And we're hoping they're not doing border checks today, because if we stop, we may not start again.
Snow can be the most beautiful thing to see out and about, but when driving in it, it does have significant challenges. I hadn't seen snow like this for many years. Some have and drive in it all the time.
Cheers, thanks.
And with that being the last action of this really eventful drive, we arrived at the most amazing town of Füssen, somewhere we've stayed a good few times before. Always, for some reason, again, creatures of habit, on this particular air. And boy, when we got out, did we realise just how much snow had come down during that drive.
The only Stellplatz I've ever stayed at that has snow poles for pitch markers.
What's the verdict?
That'll do.
That'll do.
Yeah, you could go another couple of foot to the curb, but then the snow is about a foot deep behind us, so the back of the van will be more or less in the snow. So that'll do. We hope you enjoyed our journey from Livigno to Füssen. You possibly enjoyed it more than we did. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, it really does mean a lot to us.
And don't forget, feel free to drop something in the comments, like maybe check the weather before you go driving?
We did check the weather. It changed.
Night, folks.
It's gonna be